My goodness, my gorgeous Libra, the moment in time you become aware of this rather complete and sudden change, that in itself, it's a really good sign, because on one hand, you need to understand, when you become aware of this complete and sudden change, you need to understand that on one hand, you're approaching the end of a very, very difficult and very, very long and very, very dark and complex problem. And this problem has arisen in your life because somebody let you down, because of some kind of a letdown, and because of some kind of awareness. This is actually unfairness, because of some kind of unfairness, not awareness, sorry. This in itself, it's actually going to, this in itself is very important, because it means that, you know, the new phase of your life is about to begin. Now, this means that you are reaching milestone without even realizing, okay? This is when things are going to start happening for you, to you, in a rather magical way, if I can say it like that, because you have been manifesting this for absolute ages. Stay positive and stay optimistic, because you're on the right path, going towards the right direction. Something very specific is going to be on your mind, which is going to be guiding you so much. An idea, realization that you had not that long ago, and you kind of forgot about it. So now you're going to be reminded of that, and you're going to be like, where is this coming from? Oh my gorgeous Libra, it's coming at the right time, it's happening at the right time. So you are going to be reminded of something that you had on your mind like quite a while back, okay? And this in itself, it's really important to keep going with. So you are, as I said, you need to understand that you're actually reaching milestone without even realizing. And that in itself, it's on nothing but basically you needing to understand that, you know, it's about a solid foundation has already been laid, that you can actually build upon so much after this moment in time. And this is purely, you know, the actual result of your manifestation after, you know, such a long time. And also, my gorgeous Libra, there's some kind of a secrets that are actually going to come out. Oh yeah, there's some kind of a secrets that are going to come out. And you know what? When you become aware of these secrets that are actually going to come out, this is going to be a sign that, you know, you are ignoring the need for rest. And I don't need to tell you that this is going to be the sign that you're ignoring the need for rest. But this is how you're going to be able to interpret. This is how you're going to be able to understand this. This is how you're going to be able to read this situation anyway. So you will know that it's like kind of, maybe you have been ignoring time for the rest. You know, maybe you need to take a little bit of time out again, just to kind of rejuvenate. And that could be just a few hours, or that could be just a couple of days. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna do that, okay? Because within the next couple of days after that moment in time, you're actually going to feel like that you want to be by yourself a little bit. You're gonna feel that hermit mode, but it's not going to be hermit mode as such. You're just gonna, on one hand, feel like you want to be by yourself, but also you're gonna feel like that you want to do something like that you haven't done in quite a while now. Maybe to go to the certain place, like to be within the nature or something like that. However, this is going to be connected with you kind of understanding this is your idea of the actual rest. It's going to come to you in a form of the actual idea or realization what you want to do, and it's just going to happen completely out of the blue. And I strongly suggest you to do it, to follow that spirit within, because that in itself is slowly but surely directing you towards the path that you should be on. Very important indeed. But also after that moment in time, you will clearly know which steps do you need to take now. And these steps that you need to take now are pretty much so connected to the beautiful gift of yours. On one hand, it's going to really kind of show you which steps do you need to take when it comes to the beautiful gift that you actually have. But on another hand, it's also going to kind of make you aware of a one silly idea that you should avoid as much as you possibly can. And that in itself, it's really going to help you to connect with yourself, but you're also going to feel a mind-blowing connection with the nature. And this is so important, because it means when you start feeling connection with the nature, you want to spend more time with the nature, and you want to do things to be part of the nature, whether this is going to reflect on you wanting to be around the animals or wanting to have an animal because they're also part of the nature. Now suddenly you may feel, I want to have a cat, I want to have a kitty, I want to have a dog, I want to have a bird. That's also connection with the nature, because we are all connected. We are all connected. We are all one big connection. Or you're just going to feel like how you want to spend more time in the nature, or you're suddenly going to feel like, oh my God, I want to live in the middle of the forest. Oh my goodness, how beautiful. You know, you're just going to feel like it's lots of elements, and it's all a lot going to be to do with the nature. And this is like really important when it comes to your personal evolution. Something beautiful is going to happen when it comes to your spirit. What you need to understand is that you are going to realize that you escaped from some kind of evil, and it's also most importantly going to show you what the evil is and what exactly do you need to detach yourself from as well. That in itself, it's all about you moving on with your life, finding yourself within this absolutely mind-blowing transition when it comes to your spiritual journey. But it's more important to actually understand of which bad and old ideas do you need to let go of. Sometimes we have a certain old and bad ideas, or we have ideas that are not good for us for reason, because then that pushes us to kind of like inspect other things about our lives, and then we are reminded of these bad ideas, and then because we have been through certain experiences, we start to see this idea from a completely different angle, because our spirit is pulling us towards different things. So it's all about following your passion and doing those things that are making you feel good, that are making you feel optimistic, and ignoring those things that are persistently bringing you down, because you're gonna realize here that you have been repeatedly doing something that makes you feel so negative, and it's gonna be moments for like, why am I doing this? It's time to move on. Exactly, my gorgeous Libra. So of course this is going to be quite important indeed. And also when it comes to the first part of this week, there is about this rather unusual dream that you are going to have. In that unusual dream, I can say things are going to be rather vivid, but something is going to be pointed out. Something that you miss out so much in your life, something that you really need to bring into your life. It's going to be shown in this dream. I suggest to you to do this like as soon as you possibly can, because that in itself, it's very slowly but surely going to bring such a powerful possibilities in your life as well, that are really pretty much so connected to rather important and bright prospects. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you are going to feel like pretty much so there is the option clearly going to be presented to you, a very important option here, but then it's literally going to come to you. But then at the same time, you just have to talk to yourself, because you're going to feel like you're not ready to go, and the only reason why you're not ready to go is without anything else. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life, I don't care, but without realizing this is happening, you're not ready to go because you are staying in comfort zone. And now that in itself, it's really important, because there is someone who is going to be on your mind that you are going to need to ask for some kind of help here, and that particular person is going to have an important role, because that particular person is going to actually give you really pretty much so it's going to confirm to you what was already on your mind. That particular person is going to be directly responsible when it comes to you making an important decision. This decision is going to be so good because it's going to motivate you at that moment in time, but it's also going to motivate so many other people that are in your life connected to you. You're going to almost immediately feel so ambitious and so driven, but most importantly, that person is going to help you to come out of your comfort zone by knowing feeling that you are really doing the right thing, that you are on the right direction. This is absolutely brilliant. This in itself, it's like kind of going to make you aware of the fact that this happened because it's to do with the poor planning from before, and that poor planning from before, karmically, you needed to kind of work on to make a certain impact on your life, but through you and by you feeling insecure. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but we have to sometimes go through these things in life to see things for what they are, to see what we like, to see what we don't like, to have like a really pretty much so very personal spiritual confirmations, that are ever so important on our spiritual journey, especially when it comes to responding to those things that we feel so passionate about, because those things are the ones that rock our worlds, that shake our world, but also at the same time, those things are things that are healing us along our journey as well. And also, when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Scorpione, Libera, when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Libera, Scorpione, I've done before Libera, you see why. So when it comes to the mid part of this, after that moment in time, my gorgeous Libera, it's like all about, it's all about, you knowing now what exactly you're making progress with. You will be, you will know, oh my God, okay, this is brilliant, really good news about what you made progress with. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you to look forward to things in life again, but it's also going to show you clearly what you need to commit yourself to. And by committing yourself to the certain plan, you are going to be able to transform, something really important into reality. And that is like also all about you are needing to understand that you have got absolutely everything you need in order to actually do this. This is so brilliant because it's going to kind of help you to maintain certain order in life, but it's also going to make you feel so ambitious, so driven, so focused, so confident about your success. For the first time in the last 7 months, you are going to feel in such a control, especially, and that in itself is going to show you this willful direction where you are going to need a bit of a self-discipline. But then again, it's all about this inner strength that you're going to feel, which is going to be directly responsible for you feeling rather creative at that moment in time. And at the time when you're feeling really creative, there is also going to be this beautiful psychic and intuitive message that you are going to have, and so many additional ideas which are going to put a big smile on your face, and they're going to just kind of make you feel so excited about your future as well. My goodness, there's so many things that are going to start changing after this moment in time, my gorgeous Libra, in the best possible way indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, I want to say this to you. You are literally, my gorgeous Libra, going to feel like deeply moved. You're going to feel deeply moved because of some kind of like you're going to feel deeply moved, and again, you're going to feel deeply moved, my gorgeous Libra, at the end of the week, and by feeling deeply moved, and what exactly is going to make you deeply moved, it's also at the same time going to show you what exactly do you need to let go. And that in itself, it's like kind of going to make you feel quite impulsive, and you're going to do something really impulsive here. And there is no way to control this whatsoever. And it's not an impulsive mistake, but it's an impulsive response, which is completely different, of course. Impulsive mistake is an impulsive mistake. An impulsive response is just an impulsive response. And this is going to be superb. This is going to be brilliant, because by you making an impulsive response here, you are at the same time going to become aware of, on one hand, what to watch for, but on another hand, you're also going to become aware of, like, when it comes to, when it comes to you, like, really kind of knowing what do you need to do exactly when it comes to what's next, but in terms of, like, you understanding what do you need to do in order to have the ultimate change in your life. This is going to help you when it comes to, like, making a difficult choice, which is not going to be difficult here whatsoever, because you will know, know something that you didn't know before. You see, this is why things are going to be different, but at the same time it's also going to show you, most importantly, what have you been unrealistic and delusional about. And that is ever so important when it comes to the actual balance, when it comes to things that we are hoping for, that we are waiting for, things that are inspiring us. We are blocking these real, natural, organic things in life if we are focusing on things that are delusional, that are not real. And so you are coming out of a very kind of like a dark cloud, and now you are about to start seeing things rather crystal clear indeed, okay? And do not, oh my goodness, there is something that is going to be around you, like some kind of temptation again. Please, 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 like the reason why this is going to happen, like you are going to be maybe worried about somebody or a certain family member or your friend. You're going to hear something and you're going to start becoming really, really worried. It's life, you know, it's life. And that in itself, it's going to make you like emotional, and it's going to make you think, and it's going to make you wonder, and you're not going to feel yourself for a little while. And at around that time, you are going to have this temptation around. And because you're not going to feel yourself, you know, sometimes we create a certain energy and we attract wrong things, you know, and we get tested, sadly. So emotionally something, oh God, it's going to be like that, like weird. And then you are going to have this temptation, and this temptation, it's going to be like it's going to be like a distraction, like something new, but you will know that something is not right about it, because you will know almost immediately that you're unable to commit, but this is going to feel very, very strong. So you will know on one hand that you're unable to commit, and then on another hand you're going to find this really impractical. Trust yourself, my gorgeous Libra, trust yourself. Avoid this at all costs, because this is just a temptation. If you do this, then, you know, again, you're just going to slow yourself down because you're ignoring what your spirit is telling you. So this is why you have to go with your initial spiritual reaction, more important than ever. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings. Lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.